Fresh out of art school, I decided that I'd like to work for public television in Philadelphia. I showed them my portfolio and resume. They said okay, and that I would start on Monday, February 26, 1968, at the former WFIL Channel 6 studios at 46 and Market Streets, where they used to produce the old Bandstand show with Dick Clark. I did graphic design work in the art department, as well as designing, building, and installing set pieces for the scenic design department as a full-time freelancer without benefits at $1.51 an hour. I worked at the Philadelphia studios for about 6 months until I was offered a new job as a TV production tech with company benefits. I said yes, and on the 26th of August 1968, I was to report to 5th and Scott Streets in Wilmington, Delaware, where WHYY maintained the TV12 news operation in a converted 1890s red brick schoolhouse in the middle of the Italian neighborhood. My new union job at the base rate of $3 an hour, shooting, processing, and editing 16mm black and white film for news stories, as well as operating studio cameras, doing lighting, and building sets. A month and 2 days later, I got married and moved to Westchester, PA, into a carriage house on a huge estate. Fast forward to July 1969, the summer of love. My wife, Suzanne, was barefoot and pregnant, and I was given the assignment of a lifetime to go to Cape Canaveral to document the Apollo 11 launch to the moon. It was an hour piece to be shown as a Diamond State profile with Don Dunwell, the news director and anchor. Soon we had 2 kids and decided to buy a house on 2nd Street in Queen Village, where houses were cheap and the urban pioneer spirit was in full swing. The longer commute to Wilmington was tough, with I-95 not finished. In January 1976, WHYY in Wilmington converted from black and white to color. In 1983, with WHYY's transition from film to videotape, we were the first TV station in the Delaware Valley to use the brand new revolutionary Sony Betacams. What a switch. Soon after 15 years doing news in Wilmington, I was transferred to Philadelphia into the new 6th Street digs that had been the living history center for the bicentennial. At this point, I had the opportunity to be part of the shooting of most of WHYY's TV projects, such as The Pride of Pennsylvania, a 10-part series that became a year-long commitment to shoot good news pieces around the state. I was also honored to go to Athens to document the very moving journey of a Russian refusenic couple's immigration into Israel to reunite with their grown children. Our WHYY team of 3 squeezed into a tiny Learjet with Vladimir and Moshe Slepak. We landed in Tel Aviv to a huge throng of welcomers. I could hardly shoot with the pressing crowd and tears running down my face. Fortunately, the assistant producer, Laura Gross, cleared the way for me. I became very close to the couple as I followed them through the old city of Jerusalem, from celebrations and traveling around their new land. What a trip. In 1990, I took a leave of absence to return to the University of the Arts to finish my degree, as I promised to my wife's father years ago.
So, of course, there's a lot more to the story than you hear here, because Eric had to stop talking and I have to stop putting pictures up so I can come see this wonderful cake cutting.